is Boldfire with Eternally Unprepared. Sorry about this. Just finished eating, so I'm kind of running behind a second. So we're going to be doing the Dose of the Internet stuff today. I got a couple of things that aren't exactly in the purview of what I wanted to show on here as far as when this segment comes up. But, I mean, technically, calling it the Dose of the Internet, you can plug pretty much anything you want in there. But no, there's a couple of them I want to show you guys that are from one of my favorite streamers. Not streamers. Favorite content creators that does history-related stuff, but in a funny way. I think it's someone you'll like, Rosie. So that's what we're gonna do. Right now, I'm gonna show two of his videos. I want to get some exposure out for him because he's fucking awesome. Sorry about that. Needed a drink of water. But the content creator is called Chat History, and it's very interesting. He does these kind of funny stories from topics that would be in the past, like the ones that we're gonna watch is embarrassing deaths in history and evil kings. So that's gonna be something. But yes, I hope you're feeling at least decent enough, Rosie. I know you said you were sick a little bit ago. And yeah, we'll have to get some Spell Brigade on at some point. I don't think the bunny game is gonna pick up. Didn't seem like anybody was interested in it. I'm not 100% on Azakai. He just put maybe. So that probably won't happen. But yes. So yeah, let's get to this. We'll start out with the embarrassing deaths or royal deaths. So these are a little bit funny. Oh, right. Right. Sorry. Thank you for mentioning that. I noticed it before I started, but I was holding off until I got started, so until the game or until this started, so it didn't do anything. Let me come back here.
Embarrassing royal deaths.
There we are. Thank you, Care Bear. Thank you, Rosie.
This is Louis III, and this is his dad, Louis II, King of West Francia, also known as the Kingdom of the Franks. Hey, Frank. Hey, Frank. Louis II here is renowned for being a very peaceful and very
I might be
loving ruler
wrong
for his
about this, but I believe that is, or at least the iteration of France. I don't know 100% on that.
very short 2-year reign between the years of 877
Geography
and
has never
879.
been my thing, nor
And now,
history.
he's dead, which is even more peaceful. Now, Louis III is the king-to-be at the ripe old age of 16. But since his parents married in secret before he was slopped out, his claim to the throne is being questioned. Now, in order to keep things civil, Louis had struck a deal with his younger brother to rule together. With that agreement,
I just looked it up right now. The Franks are the Netherlands, Flanders, Germany, and it says as well as the name and culture of France, which I don't know what the name and culture of France means with that.
West Francia was split in two. Okay, this is my half, and there's yours.
I have no idea who
Fine by
Flanders
me.
is either,
My side has the Xbox.
other than a Simpsons character.
Louis III got the north, and his brother, Carloman II, got the south. Together, the two brothers fought off any would-be usurpers from East Francia who contested their reign. Battles were fought for over a year with some back and forth, but ultimately ended in a loss, and a portion of their kingdom was ceded to the east. But while East Francia
By the way, how's
celebrated
the
its
volume
victory,
for
a distant
this and
threat
myself?
loomed over the horizon. Those dang Vikings were showing up in 881 and began to pillage the village and plunder asunder. However, East Francia, still riding their high, managed to kick the Vikings shit in. Not wanting to sail their ships home in shame, the Vikings instead tried their luck with West Francia. Bad move. They would soon learn that two kings were better than Vikings. Louis and Carloman went on the offensive and took the invaders by surprise. Together, the brother armies slaughtered the Vikings, cutting down around 9,000 men in the clash. This victory was absolutely huge for the two young monarchs, who were praised by both Western and Eastern Frankish kingdoms.
That's the
Now,
point,
keep in
Care
mind that
Bear.
both kings were teenagers, so the ego trip was insane.
You should
That
be
being
able
the
to hear
case,
me better
Louis
than
took
him.
to finding himself a queen, as to produce an heir and to cement his legacy. Louis decided to pursue love in 882 and ended up quite literally pursuing a potential partner. In a bout of hopefully consensual horseplay, the young maiden fled from the eager monarch on horseback to her father's house.
Why are you running?
Louis, very calmly hunting down his love interest, ended up completely conking his dome on the top of a low doorway. That's certainly one way to get head. And since he had yet to sow his seed, his younger brother was left to rule on his own.
Tried to fuck,
well,
got
he
to
died
duck.
2 years later after being
Forgot.
accidentally stabbed by his servant during a hunting trip. Bummer.
Oh, by the way, Rosie,
It's stories like this that
I
make
don't know if you've been in here since this has happened, but Care Bear's new name is Tickle Chicken.
you realize just how stupidly fragile we all are. Just like that, a family lineage is cut short. Imagine if your great-great-great-great-grandmother fell in the shower, completely erasing the possibility of your existence. Poor guy probably didn't even know who she was. But he could have, with today's sponsor.
Care Bear, you know you
MyHeritage.
like that name.
Where'd he go? MyHeritage is the #1 online database for discovering your family's history. No need to spit a green glob into an envelope and have your DNA logged for government cloning purposes. MyHeritage is well equipped with over 33 billion records for you to discover, and most of these people are already dead. Avoid the lengthy and awkward stories about your family's history when you can discover everything yourself. Grandma, what were your parents like? Oh, very abusive. As long as you can enter some basic information like a name and a date of birth, MyHeritage can cross-reference existing records to fill the gaps. Thanks to their instant discoveries feature, MyHeritage
We can go
brought me
ahead
back
and
to my
skip
roots.
this part.
Literally.
That's just
Little
advertisement.
Basil I was quite the inspirational success story. Born into a dirt-poor Armenian family in the Byzantine province of Macedonia way back in 811,
So before the second one starts, what do you guys think about the first one so far? Do you like it? Mm-hmm. Of his stuff, I mean. Meow meow. I'll go ahead and start it since there's a delay.
Baby Basil had quite the social ladder to climb, but such a challenge was deemed necessary as he was
That's not an
determined
answer,
to dodge
Rosie.
his destitute destiny.
There we
Too
go.
bad that he and his family were captured by Bulgarians when he was just 2. Luckily, Basil was able to escape his captors. Just took 23 years.
Before we do move on, like I said, this guy's name, chat history. I'm not subscribed to him. I thought I was fucking. Oh wait, it's because I use a different channel. Not channel. I use my Celsius Boldfire profile to watch him. But yes, go check his ass out. Give him a subscribe. Follow his ass. He's awesome.
He sought to live out his newfound freedom and
And he also does this really neat section every now and again called "Would You Survive?" or it's something like that, where he takes an ancient place like Rome or Japan, and then breaks apart their society and how things worked. And he gives you the perspective of you coming from today, like if a witch came by and grabbed your ass and took you back into history, dropped you off, and you have no knowledge. You have the only knowledge that you have in your head. So if you don't know, say, Roman or whatever it's called back then, I don't know what the Roman language is actually called. So, and you got sent to Rome, well, you don't know what the hell they're talking about. So, you know,
fled to
that type of
Constantinople,
stuff.
which is not yet Istanbul. Possessing incredible strength
It's very
and uncanny
interesting.
ability to roll 20s on any and all charisma checks, Basil made leaps and bounds up that social ladder. He began working as a lowly stable boy, got promoted to servant under a relative of the emperor, met a wealthy cougar noblewoman who just threw money at him, dabbled in sweaty, slippery wrestling, and then took on a gig as a bodyguard for Supreme Empire King Emperor guy Michael III. Now, you'd figure that being a bodyguard to the Emperor would be a great place to coast until retirement, but Basil was just getting started. He managed to gain the utmost trust of the Emperor, even being formally adopted as a son. And taking advantage of this, Emperor Mikey had been convinced by Basil that his own uncle was secretly plotting to take the throne, so he gave Basil permission to address the issue. He did. This false act of loyalty resulted in the Emperor crowning Basil as co-emperor, which was not his best move. You see, Emperor Michael III wasn't very good in his decision-making, which is probably why the public didn't favor him all that much. Basil had one last obstacle in the way of the crown: his newly adoptive dad. But that's nothing a quick swipe of a sword can't fix. Basil dropped the "co" in his title and was now the full-fledged emperor of the Byzantine Empire in 867. Despite having zero qualifications for the job, Basil's establishment of the Macedonian dynasty brought the Byzantine Empire into a golden
Save you?
age,
Oh,
with
you're
various
not feeling
military
too good?
victories, large-scale construction.
I mean, I
and
know you're not
significant
feeling good,
cultural
but
and legal
getting worse.
reforms. Problem is, when you get into power through murder, you're always going to be looking over your shoulder for the next person trying to do the same thing to you. Now, I'm not going to question the logistics of it, but during a routine hunting trip in 886, the now elderly Basil managed to get his belt stuck in a deer's antlers. Yeah, I don't know. The animal went wild, as animals tend to do, dragging Basil across the Windows XP default landscape for 16 whole miles. That's at least 2 kilometers. A servant had managed to cut the emperor free, but the damage was done. Although somehow still alive, the emperor sustained tremendous injury. The servant, still brandishing his iconic belt-cutting knife, was accused of attempted murder and was sentenced to death. Wait, what? Emperor Basil I died a bit later from his infected wounds. Old Edmund Ironside was King of England for a whole 7 months in 1016 after his rad dad Athelred II died under unknown circumstances. Poor Edmund rose to power at a pretty bad time.
That's
Those
a neat
goddamn
name.
Vikings were gaining a foothold in England, and they needed a stern talking to at the very least. Not just any Vikings though, these were Danish Vikings, which were much more formidable, flaky, and flavorful. The 26-year-old
Danish
king
now.
fought back hard against the Viking invaders, throwing whatever English forces he could at them, and saw quite a few victories, granting the king the nickname Ironside for his resilience. But even though he won a few battles, he had yet to win the war. The final conflict,
Care Bear,
the
make
Battle
me
of
100
Sandon, near
Danishes.
modern-day Essex, ended in Danish victory, where there was much rejoicing and many crumbs. Following this English loss, a treaty was signed by King Edmund and Viking King Canute. Canute, being a real Canunt, agreed to allow Edmund to continue his reign, but only with the control of Wessex, the heart of Anglo-Saxon England. All English land north of the River Thames was now under Danish control. Now, there was a special stipulation that stated whichever king died first, the other shall inherit the whole country. That sounds like great motivation for assassination plots.
Canute.
Lo and behold, just 1 month later in October
hell's
of
Canute?
1016, Edmund Ironside met with a terrible fate. While sitting on his second most important throne, an assailant was assigned to assassinate the king's ass. Yep, old Ironsides caught a blade between his cheeks.
I see
when he
there's
was
a
at his
Galahad
most
in the
vulnerable.
background.
According to some historical sources, an assassin hid under the king's private turlet, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. Edmund, as planned, died of his wounds, granting King Canute full control over England, which he ruled for 2 decades.
You don't want to waste.
Oh, I
your
didn't even pay
precious
attention, my
downtime
bad.
Searching. No, with your hectic schedule,
thought you were
your
talking about
TV
your-
time is sacred.
I thought you were talking about your
Fire TV
food.
helps you make the most of it. More time.
Yes.
For you time.
He's hiding in the background like a little bitch.
Real King was always a staple in my family growing up on this farm right here. And my grandpa, we went to Real King probably once a week, and
No, thank you.
Being the youngest son of 4 to William the Conqueror, Henry I didn't even have a chance at becoming a Burger King, let alone any kind of respected
That's right.
monarch.
I know when you
When
guys
Dad
are in
William
here.
logged off the server in 1087, the late king's possessions
To a
were
degree.
divided as such. His eldest son, Robert, inherited
doesn't always
Normandy
work.
and was made duke. His second son, Richard, got nothing. He was dead. From a hunting accident, no less. His third and favorite son, William, inherited the crown of England and was begrudgingly promoted to King William II overnight. I say begrudgingly because it is believed that William II would have preferred
When you watch this show, you kind of get the idea that almost all royal deaths are mainly done by hunting accidents.
to inherit Normandy. Oh well. Finally, little Henry was given lots of money, and
I think he got embarrassed because I called his ass
But that was
out.
immediately yoinked by his now king brother.
He's
which never
hiding now.
caused any internal resentment in the coming years. Now, some historians believe that King William 2.0 didn't care much for his new majestic role, and as a means of escape from his kingly duties, he frequently went on hunting trips. You can probably see where this is going. During one of these trips, William, who wasn't much of an adventurer, took an arrow in the chest. Now, since lungs aren't where arrows are usually stored, William quivered in pain as the arrow knocked the wind out of him, and he drew his last breath shortly after. Yeah, hunting trips are lethal to nobility.
Well, I'm glad that I know that
Some
bit of
historical
information now.
speculations suggest that the friendly fire may not have been so friendly. It is possible that the fiasco
I was thinking
was
about
a plot
storing some
concocted
arrows
by
just
Henry
there.
to seize the crown. After
Care
hearing
Bear.
of his older brother's demise through his own ear holes, Henry speed ran to the royal treasury and no-clipped to the crown to claim the throne for himself, which certainly didn't help dispel the rumors of foul play. Now, the public wasn't exactly against what had happened, as King William II was a bit of a dick. As the new head honcho, King Henry I immediately began a rollback on many of his late brother's brutal policies, replacing them with much more successful judicial and financial reforms. Being the most educated of the four brothers, Henry peacefully ruled England and progressed the kingdom during his reign. Sure, he also invaded Normandy and held his last brother prisoner for life, but that's beside the point. Henry eventually married a Scottish princess and had himself 2 legitimate children that he loved very much, and dozens of illegitimate little crotch goblins whom he didn't.
Daddy, I want a popsicle.
Now, of course, there has to be a little bit of conflict sprinkled in, so his son and only heir got caught up in the White Ship disaster of 1120, which was a titanic tragedy. The titular White Ship, a vessel transporting around 300 people, including many nobles, struck a big old boulder and sank in the English Channel. Only one soul survived, but it wasn't the prince, so who cares? This sent Henry into a depressive spiral, as many of his subjects refused to recognize his daughter as a rightful heir to the crown. A woman ruling? Ugh, gross, said the English. In his sad state, Henry cheered himself up the only way a king knows how, with a good old-fashioned hunting trip. But on this trip, Henry
Oh, God.
gorged himself on lamprey.
Lampreys.
You know, those weird little wiggly sucking teeth fish? Yeah, apparently those were a delicacy. Despite numerous warnings from his physician to cut it out, Henry continued to chew through the little suckers like candy. Your Majesty.
Basically like
said it
giant
wasn't it.
leeches. They might actually be a leech. I don't
King
know
Henry
for
I
certain.
contracted food poisoning and died from the illness a week later in 1135 at the age of 66, bringing an end to the Norman dynasty. King Charles
I don't know how
II
anybody would
was an
eat those
asshole,
things. They
which
look
is why
disgusting
history
as
remembers
shit.
him as Charles the Bad. Having been born and raised in France and descending from a line of French rulers, Charles felt destined to be the big baguette in charge one day, and when his mother, who was the only daughter of former King Louis X of France, faded from existence, Charles received his inheritance. The paltry kingdom of Navarre, a pathetic spit of land in northern modern-day Spain. This sad excuse for a kingdom was an insult to his name. An insult he
But
would
hey,
never
if you want to...
Although
If
now
you
a
want to
king
have
at
like
the age
a
of
tail or
17,
something like
Charles
that, you could
continued to
attach
spend
one of
his
those
time
to
in
your
France,
backside.
hoping to build enough influence to gain recognition for his claim to the crown. But he wasn't successful. He would spend the next several decades double-crossing, manipulating, and backstabbing his way through life, pitting England and France against each other during the 100 Years' War. He had deceived, murdered, and betrayed for the sake of gaining power. He eventually helped spark a revolution in France. No, not the French Revolution. That's not for a while. This uprising was the Jacquerie, a peasant rebellion in 1358 against French nobles. Charles led a suppressive force against the peasants to appear to be the savior of France, but everyone saw right through the ruse. After that publicity stunt, Charles lost almost all political support in France and had to turn to England for help. He ended up pleading with English King Dude Guy Edward III to invade the weakened France and divide the spoils between them, but King Edward was all, no. The king had zero trust for Charles and refused the offer, eventually making peace with France. For now. A few years later, Charles was back on his bullshit, throwing himself in wars and declaring loyalty to both sides in exchange for gaining land and power. He would just favor whichever side was winning. He did get involved in the Spanish Wars between 1365 and 1368, but faked his own kidnapping in order to avoid participating in battle. And that stunt was instantly
love the fucking
recognized as
faces he
cowardice,
does in
making
this.
Charles a laughingstock of Western
See,
Europe.
there he is.
Finally,
Told
in
ya.
1378,
Bitch was hiding.
the annoying little fly that was Charlie II was finally swatted. His tiny kingdom was invaded by Spanish forces and promptly wiped out. Charles sought refuge in France and was forced to surrender in shame. Although he
Yeah,
retained his
I called
crown,
your ass
he
out,
had
Galahad.
no power whatsoever. 9 years later in 1387, Charles the Bad fell ill and was pretty much immobile. His doctor prescribed that his body be wrapped in alcohol-soaked linen sheets, and these sheets were sewn around his body each night to promote any healing.
Okay,
Well,
Rosie.
one night when finishing up her king sewing duties, a maid had no scissors to cut the last
you might
thread of
wanna
the
listen
linen.
to this
There were
part.
no blades to be found that could finish the job. So, what do you think she did? Time's up. The correct answer was B. In a moment of completely terrible judgment, the young maid resorted to using an open flame candle to melt the thread off. Charles II, who wanted to be a French king so bad, was promptly flambéed in his bed as the maid panicked and fled. Henry II of France was a decent king
There you
between
go.
the years of 1547 up until
I didn't
his
want you to
death
miss
in
that part.
1559. Nothing spectacular, but decent. He's remembered as an advocate for keeping the Catholic faith in France and suppressing them smelly Protestants. He had quite a few either burned at the stake for heresy or had their tongues cut out so they couldn't talk trash about Catholicism. Perhaps his bigger claim to fame, though, was his participation in ending the Italian Wars, which
No,
waged across
you're not.
65 years. With the
It's a
signing
no.
of the Treaty of
You got no permission for that, Care Bear.
the deadly wars were finally at an end, and there was much rejoicing. One particular event of celebration was conducted by our subject, King Henry II. To commemorate the end of the wars, as well as his daughter's marriage to King Philip II of Spain, Henry held a jousting tournament. You know, that silly medieval sport where
Ew.
two men hold long wooden poles on horseback and just charge at each other trying to knock the other off. Yeah, I don't get it either, but
How you doing today, by the way,
more entertaining
Galahad?
than baseball. Anyway, King Henry II held the tournament on June 30th, 1559, and took it upon himself to participate as a challenger. Perhaps the last bad decision of his life. Set against his own captain of the King's Guard, the two set off to consensually jab their long sticks into each other. With the ASMR pleasures of a wooden crunch, the captain's lance hit its target and shattered upon impact, as they're designed to do. Problem was, some of the splintered wood decided to nuzzle itself right into the king's eyeball for warmth. Oh my god, okay, I'm sorry, you're fine, you're okay. Royal surgeons raced to the king's aid, but were unable to treat the wound. He's gonna be okay, right, Doc? Tough to say. Problem seems to be this big old piece of wood here. I highly recommend he rest up for a few days and we'll see what happens. Aren't you gonna remove the wood? I'm sorry, I was unaware that you were the royal surgeon. The medics failed to properly treat the king's wounds, which only got worse over the next few days, leading to severe infection. I may have been wrong. King Henry II splintered off from this world on June 10th, 1559. What a bunch of silly stuff, right? I have more ridiculous royal deaths on the list, so if you do want a part 2, let me know in the comments. Remember to click my links below to claim your free 14-day trial with MyHeritage and start discovering your family tree today.
So yes, this is one of my favorite content creators, Chat History, for those that are just coming in here. This is something that I'm not normally going to play on my channel, but I did want to give him some recognition and stuff like that because he's awesome. He doesn't need my recognition by any bit, but he basically is a gamer that covers history with comedy, and that's pretty much it. Do you guys want to watch? Because we're only going to do one more of these. We can swap over to Daily Dose of the Internet, or go ahead and watch Evil King. Which would you guys prefer to do this one? Evil Kings is one of his. I can go ahead and close that out. Let me go ahead and give him a like there, because fuck yeah. So what do you think? Need opinions. Care Bear. Dose then, Evil King? Alright, since you're the only one to respond, let's do that.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This guy met the CEO of Apple and dropped his new iPhone right in front of him.
Yeah. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
What are you talking about, the Splinter, Galahad?
There you go.
Thank you. Should probably date a Splinter.
They were proposing to each other when this happened.
Oh!
He somehow experienced lag in real life.
I decided it was time to show my server that I knew Chinese.
Server? Oh, server. I thought he was talking about computer server.
A few days ago, this giant sinkhole opened up in Thailand.
Oh, I feel bad for the people who live in that building. That has to be terrifying being next to something that deep.
3, 2, 1. Oh my god.
She was recording herself as a submission to try and get into a sorority.
Hi, my name is Ava Butler. I am from Tequila, Georgia, which really is not that far from Athens. And I'm going to be majoring in...
Yo, bro.
Was that a gunshot? Or was that part of what she was doing?
Good for you.
I think this guy's
I
waiting
would
for
not
Yellow
get
to
near
come
that
out.
guy. Those things have razor sharp talons. I remember when this was a craze back in the 90s. Fucking love this music right here.
This delivery guy tried
Kind of
to
wish I
deliver
could
this pizza
figure out
to
what
these
name it
people that
is
were
and
on the
then
roof.
get it. Because it's awesome sounding. It probably does got a head.
Nice.
It has an instant messenger. Well, messenger. Wanna? Oh, it's a commercial.
The ancient Mayans built this temple in a way that created a weird sound effect.
The hell? I want to
This
know
guy is
what.
doing everything he can to make sure
I want to know the science behind that. Like, what's causing that sound? What could it be doing? There wasn't much for
that
me to see
nobody
in that
can have an
picture, so I
original
don't know. There
experience.
may have been something in the background. I don't know if I should be impressed or super judgy.
this is what it looks like when you skydive right next to a rainbow.
Is that real? I can't imagine that would be real. But I don't really know how rainbows work other than reflection of light. I think there has to be like a factor in between, but I don't know for
If you
certain.
give a sea urchin a little hat, they will love to wear it.
Well, yeah, water, obviously, but I meant because that's the reflection. But I think there has to be something else involved for them to work. Otherwise, we'd see rainbows anytime sun and water was present.
Fun fact about Alani, you know how it says peel? You can't actually peel it. It's not a sticker. It's a tag.
Yeah, Galahad.
There's a restaurant in China that likes to make noodles that are 60 meters long.
What enough? Huh. Huh.
Hang on, no, that's
They
mine.
must frack near there.
Yours, that's mine. No, that's yours, that's mine.
That's mine, mate. This is
Oh,
yours.
this is no, that's yours.
No.
This is mine.
No, this is yours.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
doesn't
right,
happen.
but I
Like
don't
what I'm
know.
getting at, Galahad, is rainbow doesn't like happen every time water and lights or water and mist is present. That's why I'm trying to think what the other what else could be involved in the factor.
There's a marathon runner that is famous for completing marathons while balancing a pineapple on their head the
Galahad, you just said sunlight, and I just told you. Never mind, Galahad.
entire time.
You outside cutting flowers? And what is that? Oh my god, like, I have questions.
Yes, Galahad.
Someone else has
I know
seen this before.
That's what I kept saying.
Look at his belly.
Drank too much water, did he? You're gonna vomit if they keep doing that.
Are you alright? Are you going?
So, why is this so disturbing?
No. Air's pushing out the...
Oh my god.
It is disturbing, though. Whew. Fucking deer's dumb as hell, man.
Get out of the road.
Oh, that's not gonna end well. Why do they let him roam around the house like that? Oh, poor little turtle.
This dog was spotted making a giant snowball.
Puppy figured out some tricks and now he wants to play with it.
Do they fit?
Not very good. They don't feel
He's got him on backwards.
Why do you think they don't fit? Why do you...
just a little tight.
Turn around, let me see.
This person drove away at the absolute perfect time.
Oh, I remember seeing this on, I think it was a newsreel.
So why is this cat being so sneaky?
Regardez Zafrit. Enlève ta main là. Dégage.
It's a weird ketchup bottle.
I just found out that there's a basketball league that allows this little guy to be a referee.
Were they really listening to him? Oh,
These
that
guys
has to
were
be
at a
super
hotel when they
dangerous
realized
with
that
a
every
stick
car
shift.
key has access to every room.
On 146, which we're definitely assigned to. Looks like we can get right in. Oh, there's our hotel. Awesome. So we did a little bit of research ourselves to see, well, what if they're all master keys?
That's what a master key is. It's a key designed for every fucking lock.
I can't believe I've never shared this video of this guy with a Nissan Maxima beating out someone with a sports car.
Oh, wait, did I misunderstand that? Was he talking about the regular keys being master keys? I think that's what he was talking about. Never mind. I had a moment there.
I was out in nature and found a really cool sunflower field. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Let's give him a like. Just remember, guys, daily dose of the internet is where this came from. Let's see. We'll go ahead and set up one for when we come back, and then we'll go to the evil. We'll go to the Evil Kings one.
Evil kings doing evil things. Hey, he wasn't a king. Yeah, you're right. While some of the guys on this list weren't kings by title, they held very high positions of power nonetheless. So, to you
I believe
say...
Nero was an emperor?
Moving on. Emperor Nero Claudius Caesar
Which is
Augustus
pretty much...
Germanicus, or just Nero to his friends and...
Which, like, to explain to a degree, like, what an empire is it's basically a bunch of kingdoms following under one person. So he'd be like a super king.
enemies, was the very last Roman emperor of the less than impressive Julio-Claudian dynasty, which lasted from 27 BC to 68 AD. Like any complete psycho, Nero had a pretty complicated childhood. When Nero was just a wee Nerite at the age of 3, his daddy went and abandoned the family by dying. Mom got exiled to a tiny island for maybe attempting to kill Emperor Caligula. Caligula got killed anyway. Mom is
Caligula
unexiled
was
and marries the
fucked.
new emperor, Claudius, which happens to be her uncle, by the way. The public is all, ugh. And now little Nero has a great uncle emperor dad who has proclaimed him to be the new heir to the throne. I love you, Uncle Daddy. That's a lot to deal with as a child, but the sweet birthday presents help you quickly forget. So why did this happen? Because Nero's mom, Agrippina, was a political savage. Her only interest was power. So much so that, to prevent a revenge plot, she had the recently stabbed
Nero
Emperor
wasn't as bad
Caligula's
as
widow
people
accused of black magic,
think.
banished, and even convinced
But
her
he
to
did-
fully deplete her own health bar.
But he did have a lot of people that, what do you call it? Didn't like him and spread all kinds of rumors about him. So he wasn't as bad as people think. He was actually a pretty decent emperor.
Now, she wants her baby boy Nero to be emperor, and in 54 AD, that's what happened. Emperor Claudius died under
But he did
mysterious
have a very
circumstances.
fucked up life.
Mysterious in the sense of having a potentially poisonous mushroom just absolutely slammed down his gullet by Agrippina herself. Maybe. But since the board game Clue had yet to be invented, forensic puzzle solving was pretty minimal. Oh my god! Put that knife down! Someone's just been murdered! Coincidentally, Nero's stepbrother, Britannicus, who had claim to the throne, also decided to
Britannicus.
expire around the same time under mysterious circumstances. So now, at just 16 years old, Nero is emperor.
Yes! Yes!
So how did he do being emperor? He actually started off pretty well. He banned capital punishment, expanded the arts, gave
Fucking
disaster
looks like a
relief aid to
chode,
neighboring
though.
cities, reduced taxes, and even gave some rights to slaves. Seems like a pretty nice guy, actually. Uh-oh, this is getting clickbaity. We're already 2 minutes in, where's all the evil stuff? Well, for one, he married his stepsister as a power move, which is gross, but not evil. Since the relationship was void of any real love, Nero started poking around, in other women's hoo-has, one of which was Poppaea Sabina, a local town babe who was already married. Well, Nero pops Poppaea and puts a baby in her belly. This little stunt ticked off his mom, who was trying to maximize power through having a mentally stable emperor son. Since Nero didn't think that his mom's attitude was very cash money of her, he had her assassinated, but made it look like an accident. This is regarded as the turning point in Nero's reign, and when all the ancient shit started to hit the ancient fan. He began going a bit kill happy. Next, he divorced his stepsister, had her exiled, killed, and took her head as a trophy, apparently under Poppaea's influence. But not to worry, Nero did a 360, turned around, and
Just to point out, a lot of the stuff that he does on here, he'll do through the speculation chart and stuff like that. So people who, come up and say, this happened, and this in history, like historical figures, but then he'll debunk it later.
forward smashed Poppaea and their unborn child off stage. That's one problem taken care of. Nero went unhinged. He had...
No, he was actually good to his subjects and stuff like that. I said he had a fucked up life. I didn't mean he was good morally towards his personal life, but his subjects and shit like that, like, he did amazing things for.
Several close friends and political rivals murdered, had a former slave castrated, then married him, and even had a senator murdered just because his expressions were too boring. Oh, would you look at that? I'm dying now. Okay. But Nero's crowning moment in history comes in the year 64, where he allegedly started a small fire in a suspiciously flammable merchant shop. According to some sources, Nero wanted to make way for a newer, more elegant, and ornate palace. And you know what they say, in order to make an omelet, you have to burn down your city. About 71% of Rome was destroyed in the Great Fire in 64 AD. There's rumors that Nero shredded on the fiddle or lute during all this, but there's no actual proof of that claim. But like, could you imagine?
Yeah, so when this actually happened, when that Great Fire happened, he was actually several miles away at another city at the time. They have historical, what do you call it? Not collaborative, shit. I cannot think of the name of evidence that's provided by witnesses, but they had several witnesses that showed that he was nowhere near the city itself. The reason that it happened is because a few nobles that hated the fuck out of this guy just spread the rumor.
Eventually,
Alibi, there we
Nero's
go.
frequent and dangerously wacky antics forced the Senate to declare him a public enemy. But Nero said that he wouldn't be taken alive. And he wasn't. He went from 0 to 0 by slamming a knife into his own neck, thus ending his 13-year reign.
Yeah,
Talk
that
about
happened.
a Nero death experience.
God damn it. Now he actually has a video in the future, like disproving what he just said in this one. So this is a older video of his.
You may not think it by looking at him, but this tall glass of lukewarm pond water was once the most influential and feared kings in Europe in the late 1400s. This is Ferdinand I of Naples, aka Ferrante.
But yeah, he wasn't as crazy as people thought he was.
Alfonso the Magnanimous of Aragon. Not Aragorn. Aragon is over in Spain. Naples is over in Italy. Geography. When
It was
Alfonso
mainly a bunch
left
of
this mortal
hearsay.
coil, Ferdinand inherited the crown at Naples at the age of 35. Now listen, if you're gonna control a kingdom, seldom do kind kings succeed. Though he did bring about 20 years of peace and prosperity to his own kingdom, he was cruel and vile to his enemies, which, I mean, makes sense. You can't conquer with forgiveness and love, you would just get conquered yourself. That being the case, Ferdinand got a reputation for being rather ruthless. Basically, if you crossed the guy or got on his bad side, you were marked for an unpleasant death. An example of this was early on in his reign in 1462, when several nobles led a revolt
I hope
against
he really
him,
didn't
trying to
look
put
like
some
that.
ham hock of a human on the throne instead. But Ferdinand put a swift end to that gaggle of rabble-rousers, and the nobles were put in the corner. After many years of keeping his enemies in check, the Ottoman Empire decided it was time to do Ottoman Empire things and invaded Naples in 1480. The southeast region of Salento
If I
fell to
remember
the
right,
Furniture
the
Empire
Ottoman
after
Empire
a few
is
weeks.
Turkey today?
This caused Ferdinand to panic and declare that everyone should be all hands on deck to fill the kingdom's coffers to fight back the invading Ottomans, and were eventually successful. But the heavy tax burdens pissed off the no-good, unthankful nobles. They led yet another rebellion against Ferdinand, to which he said, okay, and seized their property and wealth. The nobles gave up yet again, but Ferdinand wanted to put an end to this once and for all. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're fucking dead. So Ferdinand set up a meeting to grant the rebels amnesty and forgiveness. At said meeting, a deal was struck and the rebels were quickly forgiven, and also quickly murdered. As a warning to any future conspirators, King Ferdinand had their bodies mummified, stuffed, dressed, and put on display in what he called his Black Museum. Listen here, Ferdinand. I think some things need to change around here. Oh, really? Whew, you know, you're doing such a good job as king. Excuse me while I go and unshit my pants. Ferdinand eventually died of butthole cancer, and Naples fell to the French soon after. Now the title lame here isn't what you think it is. Instead of being lame like some dumb nerd,
No.
Timur was lame
Bad
in the
Timur,
sense
bad.
of being disabled. While committing casual sheep theft, as children do, young Timur took an arrow to the knee and an arrow to the hand, which caused lifelong injury. But do you think being reduced down to the usefulness of a cup of tapioca pudding is going to stop this future conquering warlord? Definitely not. In fact, little Timur grew up to be an extremely cruel but highly intelligent and effective military tactician. Through his efforts, the Turco-Mongol warlord conquered most of Western and Central Asia, Caucasia, Persia, the Middle East, and parts of South Asia and Eastern Europe by 1404, all while forming an empire to call his own, the Timurid Empire. Not bad for running on a 50% limb deficit. During his conquests, he spread destruction and terror almost
They're
everywhere
mangled,
he
Care
went.
Bear, they're
As That's
mangled.
kind of what conquerors do. Remember, real power is taken, not given. Throughout these campaigns, Timur's actions gained him quite an infamous reputation, placing him amongst other horrifying legends. One such action was the massacre of Isfahan. Formerly a Persian city, Isfahan was a flourishing hub of art, medicine, music, philosophy, and architecture, which meant it had wealth. A thriving city is great and all, but when you have no army to defend it, you're basically just begging for a pillaging. Oh no, I hope no one takes my hard-earned money. Ugh, my coins are just spilling out. Please don't plunder me pockets. Is this a sexual thing? It could be. So with little to no defense in place, Timur waltzed right in and was all, this is mine now. And Isfahan was all, fair enough, surrendering immediately. As an act of mercy, Timur spared the population, did some light looting, and left some soldiers in command as he went on his next conquest. Well, a few young hooligans decided to be heroes and murdered Timur's soldiers. Bad move. Timur caught wind of this and immediately hightailed it back to Isfahan. In a completely level-headed and reasonable response, he ordered the slaughter of every man, woman, and child in the city. He gave each of his soldiers a quota of heads to bring him. If they failed to collect the craniums, they would lose their own noggins to add to the count. One by one, each citizen was cut down. Almost the entire population of 100,000 people, including all livestock, were murdered. Piles of skulls were scattered around the city as testaments to the horrific act. Look, taking your revenge against those who directly defied you is one thing, but when tens of thousands of innocent civilians become collateral damage to your blind wrath, that's when things cross over into evil territory. One surviving prisoner stated that Timur, quote, ordered the women and children to be taken to a plain outside the city, and ordered the children under 7 years of age to be placed apart, and ordered his people to ride over these same children. When his counselors and the mothers of the children saw this, they fell at his feet and begged that he would not kill them. He would not listen and ordered that they should be ridden over, but none would be the first to do so. He got angry and rode himself among them and said, "Now I should like to see, who will not ride after me?" Then they were obliged to ride over the children, and they were all trampled upon. There were 7,000. Yeah, Timur was a pretty bad dude, and that's really just one example of his many atrocities. By the time of his death in 1405, it is estimated that Timur's conquest caused the death of over 17 million people, which was about 5% of the world's population at the time. Pretty solid kill streak.
Where's Miss Rachel? From first sips to growing gulps.
You know, might be a good idea at that point.
The Shia dynasty
might be a good idea at that point to turn against the asshole and kill him. I mean, like, one versus an army might not be able to survive.
The very first dynasty in ancient China, is estimated to have been founded around 2070 BC and remained in power for several hundreds of years, until this guy showed up. King Jie was the last ruler of the Xia dynasty, which most certainly means that he royally fudged up in some shape or form. So what happened? Not surprisingly, Jie had a reputation as a cruel tyrant. He was the big cheese around these parts, and he wanted everyone to know that at all times. But you could argue that Jie was ahead of his time, because instead of focusing on ways to better his empire, like any good emperor would, he only sought ways to make life better for himself and his closest buddies, like modern politicians. He also loved spending money, tons of it. He would drain the kingdom's coffers on frivolous activities like luxurious palace upgrades, endless entertainment, and smashing some gash with the royal concubines. When he ran out of money, he would either raise taxes to continue to fund his lifestyle, or randomly invade small neighboring towns to relieve them of their hard-earned money and their women. On one particularly lucrative expedition, Jie decided to ravage the local Yushi clan. Open up, Yushi, I know you're in there. Oh, sorry. Wrong clan. There we go. The Yushi clan didn't want to put up a fight because they knew they would get their shit kicked in, so they instantly surrendered. As you can see, they were pretty smart. The clan offered up a substantial bounty of riches for King Jie to hit the road. But since the king had a boner for spilling blood, he felt flaccid and defeated by an enemy who quickly gave up without a fight. Before King Jie could act, the chief of the Yushi clan offered one more prize, a beautiful woman by the name of Moshi. Enamored by her obvious beauty, King Jie swiftly accepted the offer.
Trolls.
I love you. Jie became unhealthily obsessed with Moshi, trying anything and everything to please her. He once had servants dig a lake and fill it with wine so the couple could bathe, drink, and flop around on and in each other. I mean, the lake was just full of completely disgusting fluids. Now that it was properly flavored, 3,000 men were then commanded to drink the lake dry. They drowned. After learning that his nearest, dearest, darlingest love weirdly enjoyed the ASMR pleasures of tearing silk, he demanded that the finest silks from the farthest reaches of the kingdom be brought before him so he could rip them for her.
Makes sound when it tears.
All of these dumbass endeavors continued to clear out the kingdom's already scant
I couldn't
reserves,
imagine that it would.
so it was time to fundraise. Okay, fellas, taxes are going up again. What the fuck, GA? We can't afford to live like this. You don't understand. I'm this close to getting her to notice me. Stop being a simp. Alright, that guy? Someone kill that guy. You're still a simp, you know. I know. Basically, over the next several years, all the pissed off and neglected subjects and neighbors started feeling pissed off and neglected, so they turned their attention to a newer, cooler guy. Instead of Jie of Xia, now they wanted Tang of Shang. How funny is that? After many years of gaining political power and support around the country, Tang of Shang built an army, revolted, and eventually defeated and captured King Jie, stripping him of his kingship. Around 1600 BC, the Xia dynasty had fallen after about 500 years of rule. Jie eventually died of natural causes as a penniless commoner. Evil can be subjective. What could be viewed as an act of evil by one group may be celebrated and revered by another. For instance, Vlad the Impaler's cruel acts of, well, impaling 20,000 people may be seen as wicked and sadistic by most, but to Romanians, he's seen as a hero because he defended his homeland from the invading Ottoman Empire. But then there's just completely unjustifiable evil assholes, like King Leopold II of Belgium. What do you think of when you think of Belgium? Waffles? Chocolate? Well, how about indigenous genocide? Yeah, in case you didn't know, the Belgian crown was once in possession of one of, if not the, bloodiest European colonies in African history. At the Berlin Conference in 1884, King Leopold II sought to expand his fortune by staking claim to the Congo, over 900,000 square miles of African rainforest in the present-day Democratic Republic of the Congo. To sweeten the deal, Leo formed the International African Association under the guise that it was for humanitarian and philanthropic purposes. Also to establish free trade between the European countries, which was the
hell
real
you
selling
are,
point.
bitch.
With that, the
I'll
other
put you off a
colonizing
bridge.
European countries of France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Portugal, and the United Kingdom welcomed Belgium's claim to the land, and King Leopold II was now the sole owner of the ironically named Congo Free State.
Shee your way out of here,
There was
bitch.
nothing free about it. King Leo's only interest was to extract as much resources and wealth from the land by any means necessary. In order to do that, he needed manpower, so he forced new laws on the Congolese chieftains to implement within their own communities. Those who resisted were swiftly eradicated by other Congolese communities who were backed by the Belgian crown. Initial collection and trade of precious ivory exports weren't the best for profit margins, so not as much money was being made as expected, causing the colony to fall into massive debt. But with the invention and development of automobiles in the late 1800s, the demand for tires shot through the thatched roof. In order to make tires, you need rubber. Lots of rubber. Where does rubber come from? Rubber trees. And boy, let me tell you that the Congo has
Is it a
some
tree? I always
rubber
thought it was a
trees.
plant.
After establishing his own personal African army called
When I
the
say plant, I mean like a
Republique to
small
enforce
plant.
rule, King Leo extracted a fortune through blood. Millions of Congolese natives were enslaved and forced to harvest and process rubber from the Congo with the main goal of maximizing production at all costs. Those who were unable to meet a labor quota were sometimes murdered on the spot. Those who refused to work were savagely beaten with their villages raided and destroyed. This system, called the Red Rubber System, led to the utter collapse of the Congolese economy and culture. It should be noted that King Leo never
I don't
stepped
know why I
foot in the
thought they were
Congo
made from like
himself.
small
He left all of
plants
his
like
dirty
bushes
work
and
to
shit like that.
handpicked Belgian officials who ruled as they pleased,
Not literal bushes,
often
but like a
contributing
rubber
their own
bush.
atrocities against the native people. One particularly nasty official was Leon Fieves. He was notorious for punishing underperforming slaves by having their hands cut off. He claimed that it was a way to settle the debt of labor owed to him. The Force Publique soldiers were in charge of collecting these debts, and they were even rewarded for the amount of hands they could collect. With that mentality, they would often resort to cutting the hands off of working slaves to cheat the system. This actually ended up pissing the king off because how the hell are slaves supposed to work with no hands? There were several other issues that plagued the Congo as a direct result of Belgian brutality. All of the development and forced labor caused the vast majority of farming to come to a dead halt, leading to extreme famine and even more deaths. Children who were orphaned during the colonization were kidnapped and forced into Catholic schools where they would learn to work or be soldiers. fatal diseases ran rampant through the Congo, including smallpox, amoebic dysentery, and the parasitic trypanosomiasis, also called the sleeping sickness, which caused mass insomnia and painful muscle spasms. Through the culmination of these atrocities, historians estimate that roughly 5 to 10 million Congolese people lost their lives during Belgium's reign over the Congo from 1885 to 1908. Thanks to missionaries who secretly documented these atrocities, the public was informed of the horrors of the Congo. The Belgian public, who had no knowledge of these actions, caused an uproar. After much public
we got to teach you the art of war,
including famous writers like Mark Twain and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the Belgian parliament forced King Leopold II to cede the Congo Free State to Belgium itself in 1908, but not before he could destroy any and all documented evidence of his wrongdoings that he could find. The Congo Free State was changed to the Belgian Congo, then the Republic of the Congo, then the Democratic Republic of the Congo, since its western neighbor had the same name. King Leopold died a year later in 1909, and the public dunked on his funeral with loud booing and heckling. Even today, many Belgians are ashamed of their late monarch's atrocious behavior and demonstration of how evil a human could be. Fun stuff, right? Here's another video.
Some shit. Okay. I gotta make a quick call. So I'm gonna be like 10-15 minutes, but instead of doing what I normally do, I'm gonna put on one of his videos again. One of the ones I was telling you guys about where they go back into history and he's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. It should auto switch up to another video if I'm later than that, but I should be back. But here you go. Enjoy. But I'll get past the commercial. Let people know I'm not here if anybody pops in Care Bear. Then I'll be back.
Yeah, that witch is becoming a real problem. This time, you've been sent into ancient Greece, specifically the classical era. A time of great war and conflict, but also a remarkable leap forward in human civilization. So, can you survive one of humanity's greatest expansions? Or will ancient Greece mop the floor with you? Let's find out. Greece's classical period began in 510 BC when Athens fell and broke its Hippias, and ended in 323 BC when Alexander was no longer great. As an act of kindness, you've been sent to the funny year. But there's nothing funny about needing to survive. The first thing you need to do is dust yourself off and get your bearings. Maybe a sign or something will help. Well, that's no use. You quickly recall your vast knowledge acquired from countless hours on GeoGuessr and look around for some notable landmarks. After all, some of these buildings still exist in the modern day. Well, there's a familiar sight right over there on the horizon. The Acropolis of Athens. That's in Athens. I must be in Athens. Well, now you know where you are, which means you can start figuring out your next steps for survival. Oops. But first, you need someone to talk to because you're gonna need help. There's never any shame in asking for help. That guy over there seems friendly enough. Although shorter, the dude is absolutely ripped from his labor-intensive chores and looks like he could kill you in one punch, but you approach him anyway. Told you. Now let's assume he's a bit more approachable this time. You begin to ask him a question, but like a monolingual American, you always forget that there are other languages out there besides the freedom one. But you try your best. Here goes. Hey man, can you help me out here? The man turns his chiseled jaw your way and begins to speak, quickly bombarding you with a bunch of indiscernible mouth sounds that completely fry your brain. But luckily, the words have been displayed in a big old bubble next to his head. Look at all them silly letters. Wait a minute, you say, scratching your chin. I've seen these letters before. Just then, you get a flashback to your college girlfriend's sorority dorm where you found the Euclidean letters, just as you were finding Herclidean. Don't kid yourself. You were doing math homework, you goober. Unfortunately, you come to the realization that knowing just a few letters doesn't mean jack shit in terms of understanding a whole language. Now, some of you modern Greeks out there might lift your hairy arms and say, "Ha, I can speak Greek, I'd survive." Well, you're wrong. Ancient Greek is completely different from modern Greek, with completely different tones, vocal inflections, and pronunciations across several regional dialects. Ancient Greeks wouldn't understand a word of modern Greek, so you'd have no real advantage. Needless to say, you're not going to be communicating anytime soon, at least not orally. You begin attempting some charades as a way to express your needs. Too bad all of your wacky waving is perceived as a threat. Man, that's twice. Since you just insulted a random citizen and are an obvious outsider, you're arrested and sold into slavery. Looks like you've been slammed to the bottom of the societal barrel. But what did you expect? Speaking of society, like any society in history, ancient Greece operated under a hierarchy. Since you just got dunked into classical Athens, let's focus on that. Here, there were 4 main groups. The upper class were the elite, the cream of the crop, and we all know that the cream rises to the top. To be a part of the upper class was a birthright. You must have been born in Athens to a moderately or highly wealthy family and be well educated. And a guy. The members of this class were the only ones that held any political power and the only ones classified as citizens. That being the case, the upper class controlled all social and economic policies as well as law. As a democracy, 500 citizens were chosen at random each year to run the government, given complete control over the proposal of new policies and laws. Kind of like an oligarchy. These policies were either accepted or rejected by popular vote. Next was the middle class, usually referred to as the medics. They were all the dudes who weren't born in Athens but still lived there. Foreign skilled laborers such as craftsmen, merchants, and artists. These guys built ships, constructed buildings, and kept the city maintained. Sure, they didn't have a lot of rights like the ability to own land or vote in governmental affairs, but they were the core of the Greek economy. You know, a thing that barely exists today. Oh yeah, women were also part of the middle class. Not many rights outside of being in charge of the house and raising the kids. Ancient Greek society wasn't too fair to women. The lower class, or the freedmen, were exactly who you think they were. Come on, it's right there in the name. They were freed men. Former slaves who bought their own freedom through intensive labor and saving. They pulled themselves up by their sandal straps and worked hard their whole life, only to have little to no rights or place in society. But hey, at least they aren't smelly slaves anymore. Slaves were lower than dirt in the societal hierarchy and weren't even considered a class. They were usually captured prisoners of war or purchased from former traders. Slaves were either owned by families as house servants or by the government outright for general labor, which came in all kinds of flavors. Farmers, bankers, soldiers, employed friends with benefits, police, all kinds of stuff. Imagine being arrested by a slave. Sir, you have the right to remain silent. Huh, well, at least I have rights. Slaves made up about 1/3 of the population and were an absolute goldmine for their owners. Profit margins are pretty healthy when you don't have to pay them much, or at all. Speaking of gold mines, that's where you're headed. Time to get branded and get a move on. You're swiftly carted off to join a group of miners so large it would cause a YouTube elite to start sweating. Oh man, looks like all the cool slaves have been sent to the surface mine to get gold and silver. But since your mining level sucks, you get to go underground for some cuprum. That's copper. Working in a mine was brutal. Slaves were subjected to intense labor all day, working in poorly ventilated and swelteringly hot cave systems hundreds of feet deep in the earth, illuminated only by dim oil lamps. You can't see shit, which means your fellow slaves can't see jack shit, so watch out for rogue pickaxes. You toil away day in and day out for a while now, but notice that, like the rock around you, you're getting chiseled. The combination of your new Mediterranean diet and constant physical exertion is starting to pay off. You're able to mine more efficiently, and you're outperforming your coworkers. Thanks to all of your hard work and dedication, the local mine supervisor rewards you with more backbreaking work. Looks like you gotta add your pride to the list of things getting crushed around these parts. You're working hard and gaining some gains, but you need to start finding a way out of here soon. You see, the life expectancy for miners was only a few years. With hazards like coal dust, lead exposure, and cave-ins, it was a quick way to have your lifespan get completely rocked. Ah, jeez. Looks like Atticus is showing signs of a fever. And Pucus over there? He's earning his namesake. You ask your buddy Atlas what the heck's going on, to which he responds, looks like they all caught some sort of...
Cut!
Young Spike, you have something to say. You have to say it loud. This double dolly shot is devised with the orients in your shoes. Let's do it again.
Wake up, good morning, it's a brand new day. Blue sunshine is shining, chase the clouds away. Smiles all around, it's a perfect day.
No matter where you throw a dart on the board of history, diseases were always in the spotlight. Perhaps the most common in classical Greek times were smallpox, influenza, and measles. Luckily for you, your parents love you and got you vaccinated when you were just a wee babby, right? Of course, otherwise you'd look like this. But ancient Greeks weren't so lucky. It was pretty common for outbreaks to be spontaneous and run rampant, killing off people by the thousands. And what kind of disease discussion would it be without the mention of the plague? Yeah, the plague showed up in ancient Athens right around 430 BC, 10 years before you arrived. During that time, it eradicated between 75 to 100,000 people, or about a quarter of the city's population. The plague comes in 3 flavors: bubonic, pneumonic, and septicemic, and strawberry. They're all basically the same thing, but affect you in different ways. Bubonic was the most common, as it's kind of stage 1 of the plague. Usually transferred from a flea giving you a little nibble, the plague is a bacterial infection that just penetrates your cells and fills them with toxins, killing them. This will also cause you to have a fever, the chills, and make you generally feel like shit. Your body will also start getting polluted with bumpy boils. If left untreated, the infection can spread to your blood, where it upgrades to septicemic plague. This is when parts of your body get the rot and start to turn black, causing severe pain as well as more frequent, unprovoked traffic stops. If the infection gets into your lungs, that's when it's classified as pneumonic plague. You begin coughing like crazy, and your respiratory system starts to fail. And that's no good. Luckily, doctors at the time relied less on the big guys in the sky for help and decided to take matters into their own hands, establishing and developing the concept of medical treatment. It was widely believed that the key to a healthy life was to consume healthy foods like fruits, veggies, nuts, meats, and dairy, not to mention plenty of exercise. Crazy thought, right? But if you did get the ick, there were a few solutions. The most common was bloodletting. Look, you're just a big walking blood sac. And since you're sick, that means you've got time to get rid of that. Thanks, Doc. I feel so... Other treatments were often natural remedies like herbs, soups, teas, and honey to heal your little stummy. But anyway, you're safe because you're vaccinated, which means that you're the sole survivor of a recent outbreak and you really like trains. Guess you're a free man now. Being very free and very man means that you now have access to education. Sorry, ladies, you're gonna have to wait a while before you learn good. Time to hit the books. Now that your yearning for the minds is now a yearning for learning, it's time to trade your physical gains for mental ones. Ancient Greece had a wealth of educational resources, including public and private schools, personal tutors, intellectual lectures, and a recent
not
invention:
take as long as I thought
books. Books started showing up around the 5th century. It was a great way to record down your stories and lectures without having to memorize them. But some pretentious Greek geeks like the famed philosopher Socrates believed that books would be the downfall of society, as people would just write things down rather.
Just a thought. I'm almost positive that we do not get vaccinated for the plague. So I don't think any of that's accurate.
Rather than commit knowledge to
I'm
memory.
back.
But imagine this. If you want
I've been back for a minute. I just had to take care of something else, get some more water. So I put my headphones on.
to learn a story or a bit of information, you had to catch Rheticus on a Tuesday afternoon next to a fountain in the park, but you showed up a little bit late and missed half the story. Yeah, can you rewind like 10 minutes, please? Found a really good Euro spot. You want some? More for me. You attend several lectures and slowly learn to read and
We'll be
write the
swapping
local
over the
dialect,
daily dose
Attic
after
Greek.
this.
Not to be confused with Basement Greek. Although they were rare, you managed to find a small public library to see if there's
What'd you think
anything
about
interesting.
the,
And something catches your
The
eye.
survival, one of his Care Bear.
No way. What the fuck? Like I said, I'd survive.
Dude. I figured you guys might like this guy. I just wanted to point him out because, like, he does really good work. I mean, you know, everything's not 100% accurate, but he's not a historian by nature. Like, I think in one of his episodes he talks about that he was actually a chemist.
Videos ever.
He's kind of fat. He's fat. He's fed real good.
There we go. Back to the daily
And
dose.
then you got Donkey over here.
Oh! What is with that thing's legs? That doesn't look right.
Hi, you're so cute. Oh my god.
Scratchy, scratchy, scratch, scratch.
Fucking ostriches are so violent.
This pigeon wanted to go on a plane
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that thing. Meow.
You're gonna fall off. You're so dumb. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hey, buddy. Hey, how?
Yeah. Iguanas are little shits. I used to keep them as pets.
You're an.
This dog loves to watch horse racing. She was crying, and instead of helping her, her cat decided to judge her.
What are you doing? Stop, Jerry. That is so. Look at him. Oh my.
It started to rain, so they
The
all
fuck?
went inside.
Why is she crying about that cat looking at her?
Oh my god, go,
Huh.
go fly. So close, we're here. There's the go. Oh.
Give me the best scream. Whoever got the best scream. You are. I got you right here.
Right here, do right here, right here, right here, right here, right here.
Move her ear, move her ear.
Right here with my fingers up.
Her ear, bro.
This dog was upset because they got rejected.
A cat is just a bunch of springs in a box.
Dale. Dale.
Have you ever seen a cow that looks like The Rock?
Huh.
Hello?
He got attacked.
What's up, Keith? Aww,
The hell's it doing?
he's shy.
I don't
This
think that's
chipmunk just
shy.
found out that he's famous.
I just wanted to tell you that you have over 6,000 followers. What do you think? Squid? You okay?
She blew his world.
Another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and cranny splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, cranny, cranny,
Oh,
nook,
right,
cranny.
right.
I mean, they
Oh,
should be
no. I
teaching
don't
this in
have any
school.
power over this one.
Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Day one in Copenhagen. I am so excited.
It was like romanticizing the moment because there was nothing else to do but be present in the moment.
Hola, permiso. Yeah, me voy, no.
This squirrel looks chubby enough to hibernate for 2 winters
Exciting.
straight.
Look at
Did
this
he eat a loaf of
fat,
bread?
giant, morbidly obese,
Whole?
Squirrel, what are you doing?
Fucking bearded lizards.
This cat tried out cold water for the very first time.
I think it's pregnant, Care Bear. That thing was fat.
Do you have something? Do you have something to say?
I think this pigeon is about to explode.
Where are you going? Why are you
What the fuck was he imitating? I've heard that sound
Can
before.
you not? Sir, can I? What the
His friends dared him to do it.
I have never seen a goat get so scared of falling off a 2-inch cliff.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Imagine being this dumb and gullible.
Oh, I think I've seen this one before.
These baby birds got scared after seeing a butterfly for the very first time.
Splish splash, we were taking a bath.
No!
This confused bird started doing a mating dance with her foot.
The sound of terror.
Don't you hit that table. Don't hit the table.
This poor donkey was self-conscious about how he looked on camera.
What you see in the mirror is just your perception, okay? It
The fuck's that even mean?
Like that. Other people see you differently. Don't take it to heart. And also, the camera adds £10, apparently.
Anyone else ever just take their pet catfish out for a walk when it floods?
Fucking birds are just walking destruction.
You want a treat? Come here.
This is what a snoring porcupine sounds like.
On big ass nose.
We're gonna have to sell your feet pictures. Oh.
You can see the exact moment when these horses realized that it was a little too cold outside.
Fucking cats are just a personification of greed. Oh, fat ass raccoon.
Damn.
Oh, there goes food. Ow.
So, why does he sound like this?
Oh, he got her with a turd bearing claws. There's gonna be an infection set in there.
He was trying to record himself dancing when this happened. These two horses kissed each other for the very first time. These students visited an elephant sanctuary, and this elephant slapped a phone away.
Oh!
Okay. Okay, I guess we don't get too close.
I don't know if that was slapped a phone away or slapped a bitch for a phone.
What's it gonna do with the phone?
Someone's gonna.
Got some stopping power
This
right
little
there.
guy wasn't too happy with the noise coming from upstairs.
Hey, it's like the cat that watches you masturbate in the ceiling. But he's on the ground and not a cat. Little weasel. It's just like a snake with legs.
This cat must be a paid actor to know how to react to this fake knife.
Shorts. Put it up against the glass.
Hello.
Oh no, not this thing.
She wants to come in, Tessa.
Hi, baby. I'm gonna help you, okay? There you go.
He's coming to attack.
What do you guys think
What
this
the
man was
fuck?
trying to do? I can't believe his mom did this to her baby.
Oh, what are you doing? Look. Oh.
I have never seen an angry chipmunk before. This monkey was amazed by this magic
It's like
trick.
my chestnuts. I wonder what the reaction really is for that.
Don't bite me.
Like, monkeys will often react like they're confused and
This guy was
mystified,
trying to
but
hunt deer
is that
when
what
he
that
realized
really
someone
means,
was watching
though?
him. This news reporter was trying to do a segment on elephants.
Cases, it is up to us to be guardians of our own natural world, save our wild species, and provide a home.
I have never seen a more evil smile.
Y'all.
Fucking elephants are evil as shit, though, man.
In the kennel.
Never trust them. That guy, probably safe around the babies, but like an adult elephant, oh my god, are they crazy as shit. They get temperamental really quick.
What do you think is wrong with this cat?
Stop it. Stop. What are you doing?
What the hell is that about? Are they like debugging the cat or something? Oh, there goes the cat.
Their pet bird loves to hang out in the mask hammock on long car rides.
I mean, I could see what that would be comfortable.
This dog has a perfect smile.
Like,
Have you ever seen someone do a drive-by toe lick before?
no, I wonder what a possum really sounds like.
How's my handsome boy doing today, huh? Huh? How's my handsome boy, huh? Are you doing good today, huh?
I think this is the only cat that hates catnip.
What about possum, Care Bear? They hiss? Oh, okay. I've never really heard one before. They're all around up here. I just never really listened to one.
Are you ready to go to school? Let's go.
I ain't never in my life seen a donkey and a dog be best friends.
No. Don't need one down here. You're definitely causing hay fever to kick up there.
Hey. Hey. Do you know your dog?
It looks like someone fell asleep in the rain.
Kissing. Kissing up.
Got long legs for a Shiba Inu.
Oh my god.
Okay, bow bow.
Good. 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 Yeah. Ha. Ha. Oh yeah. Good. Ha. Ha. Yeah.
I think this guy might owe this pigeon some money.
It's a pigeon! How does a pigeon go 60?
This frog didn't want to eat this bug, so it spit it out and slapped it.
How does a pigeon go 60? It's like, fuck you didn't taste good.
This goat really launched her own child.
Kiwis!
This
I
raccoon
imagine
family was
that they would have been
curious as to
faster
what this
than
person
that.
was doing.
One,
Okay.
2,
Okay.
3.
I feel like this isn't gonna end well.
It almost looks like this one monkey is apologizing for their friend's bad behavior.
Spider monkeys!
His grandma.
Spooder monkeys.
Mate.
No.
She wanted to show off her new pet frog to the camera.
Yeah, look at that little cutie.
So, did I just get threatened by a crab?
Well, that frog was looking to be a delicacy.
What's up, Mr. Cool?
This feels like your spirit animal, Care Bear.
I have never seen a cat run in cursive before.
Look, Cookie, we're here. We're at the vet. You want to go inside?
Scout, you better move.
This cat is actually evil.
Good morning.
Listen here, handsome little boy.
No. No,
Her pet duck wasn't scared and loved being in a hailstorm.
This girl, it's hailing. Look at her. Oh my god.
I had no idea that an ostrich could be so violent.
Testing.
Hey, listen, we don't want to fight.
Puppy?
No, he's 17-year-old, bro.
He's 17. Looks like a puppy.
For some reason, this dog faints every time it gets scared. I had no idea that an ostrich could be so violent.
Testing. It's on
They
sync.
wanted to introduce their new kitten to their older cat.
May just be an internet connection issue. If you reload it, it'll fix it, Galahad.
Tiny cats are so cute, small cats are the best. No, show me your massive cat.
This is my cat. This is Henry.
God damn.
Say hi.
Put that thing on a diet. Fuck chihuahuas. The most disgusting things in the world.
This fish at a pet store kept trying to hide. This goose came and scared away this gorilla.
Fucking geese are just terrible. Everything's afraid of them. Even a gorilla didn't want to fuck with it. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. He could physically fuck it the hell up. Still terrified of it.
This poor dog fell for a fake hand prank.
Yeah, if there's like a desync in the audio, it's usually due to
you own your own business.
It's usually due to like the internet connection just fucking up the bit rate and audio
Now
sync.
own the card that rewards
Pretty
you for it.
simple to fix.
Introducing the business card.
Just
that
a
gives back
refresh
all
will
you put
usually
in.
take
The
care
new
of
G
it.
Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Everywhere
Okay,
you
Care
look,
Bear.
you can find unexpected things that make you
I
smile.
hope you get herpes.
Little reminders to care for your heart.
There we go.
This is what a seal sneeze sounds like.
Ew. 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 Okay, we've heard it
Don't
already.
worry, the sheep wasn't hurt because they're kind of made to do this.
Uh-oh, he's backing up. Oh, man.
Hey, Doug, what if, like, never mind.
I'm so excited to go waterboarding.
Hey, Doug. Nothing.
What is the difference?
Hey, Doug. I'm sorry.
This poor puppy was getting bullied until reinforcements arrived.
Meh.
Lah engkau denganku hider
These guys were
Gonna get
cutting
fucked
down a
up
dead
messing
tree
with a
when
porcupine
surprise
like
popped
that.
out.
They could shoot those goddamn quills. Yeah, he's like, what? My home. Galahad. Oh, he went for her eye.
So I guess alligators like to chase laser pointers too.
This is, wow. What's he think it is?
Oh my gosh.
He's just sitting there eating all that swamp filth.
These people came home smelling like a cat that their cat absolutely hates. One of my subscribers recorded this video.
It's like
of
you
a whale
switched
inhaling
teams!
the bubbles coming out of a dolphin.
Yeah, I checked it on my end. Watched a video on the site. It's not desynced over here.
Here's a dog that looks like a frog.
That has to be edited. There's no way that... Well, there is a way, but I doubt it.
This cat was chasing this mouse when it totally lost track of it. I found this super cute video of a baby bat trying to eat an entire banana at once.
He's in a filthy mood. So
Ew.
he was called in by Colin. Colin found him low in his grevilleas this morning.
Have you ever been as tired as this pelican?
Oh. Right, we're done. Oh. Hey, hey.
I got 4 good responses right there. This one says, what is the most problematic? Which one are you thinking? Oh god. Pardon?
Are you gonna bite me again? Are you sorry?
Oh. So what do you think they're talking about?
Jangan bilang-bilang. Kita berempat aja nih yang tahu. Ayan, that's it. Jangan ngomong.
Are you gonna bite me again?
So one of my subscribers accidentally dropped their sunglasses into an orangutan enclosure and captured this amazing
Yeah, I
video.
checked it one more time just to make sure. It's still synced on my end. And just to be straight, I'm using a different browser to check if it's synced or not.
I think this pigeon might be broken.
Fucking birds are just crazy as shit, man.
This cat couldn't
He's probably
figure out
got
where
something
she
on his
went.
foot. Something sticky, maybe. That's what I think. I don't know if that's why he's doing that, though. It's like, what?
For some weird reason, this kitten sounds like a goat.
I don't think that's really that kitten. Unless he's got something fucked up with his throat. Or vocal
This might be
cords.
the happiest owl in the world.
Tuh.
So why did nobody tell me that snakes could do this?
What are they able to do? You mean shit?
I'm not doing it, baby. Nothing's happened.
Oh, there goes your fish.
That is the end of this video. Hopefully this video put a smile on your face, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
Little hamster
Later.
getting turned around. Yay. Meow meow. Meow meow meow. So what'd you think about chat history, by the way, Realhead?
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. I can't tell if this bus driver is dumb or impatient.
got
3 times close.
fucking guy's a dick, but
Oh. What'd you get, baby?
customer service, you know.
Nothing.
The kid, she doesn't know the concept of money. You don't give kids money. You give them toys. That's what they
saw a
want.
turtle in the middle of the road and decided to turn around and save it.
Damn it. Oh, we gotta go get...
What?
There's a turtle back there.
They're going to save it?
He's gonna get the turtle.
The police were looking for someone, but the person recording didn't want to tell them.
We got 3 cops here. They can't find the suspect. They can't find the suspect.
Oh, you think your cat's not right? I raised you my human, or my cat. Squeak toy.
These
Did
firefighters
it
were
eat a
taking down this
squeaky
dangerous
toy,
tree
or
that
is
was
it
about
just
to
making
fall.
that noise? Yours is a little off.
Dove Man Plus
Let me check
Care,
it again
whole
just to
body
make sure.
BO, gets rid of BO everywhere. It works.
Yours is a little off.
Dove Man Plus
Let me check
Care,
it again
whole
just to
body
make
BO,
sure.
gets
These
rid of
random
BO
people were seen playing a card
everywhere. It
game
works.
right in the middle of the road.
I don't know. Mine's on spot, so I can't really do anything about it. Generally, there's not too much you can do because most audio issues that are desynced are usually because of like connection issues itself. Most video container formats now like do the audio and video on
This guy
sync.
went to an anime
So
convention.
there's not
dressed
really
up
much
as a
I could
job
do
application.
anyways. Have you tried restarting your video or the stream, Care Bear? Well, there goes your meal.
For some reason, this bird thinks that they are a spray bottle.
It's trying to vomit on it.
The bride and groom.
This
really
isn't
wanted
a
to do
normal thing
Spider-Man
for you,
kiss
is
at
it,
their
Care
wedding.
Bear? Go check it out on YouTube and see if there's an issue there, Care Bear.
This plane in India was spotted taking off when one of the wheels fell right off.
With the vids?
These guys thought of a smart and fast
Be
way
more
to dig
specific
a
with
line
that.
for pipes. I guess the Indonesian Air Force takes their jobs very seriously. Whoever was
Okay.
hired to paint this lied on the
Care Bear, I'm not asking you to check for the buffer on YouTube. The buffer is a different thing altogether. We're talking about the audio being off sync from the video. Meaning I'm saying something and it's not catching up till like a few seconds later.
resume.
What is this? You don't know what that is.
This is how they take cows to different islands to graze on better grass. Farmers in Ireland have been doing this for hundreds of years.
Come on, calm down. Come on, up.
I'm not 100% sure how you would be able to tell that since there's mostly no mouths on here. Oh!
Well, guess it's time to hit the gym.
Looked like that hurt.
Report described my build as medium. The heck?
This guy really wanted to cut out the middleman.
Medium. The heck?
This guy really wanted to cut out the middleman.
Always go, keep it going, mate. Get fucking going.
It got a little too windy on this highway.
Oh, okay, so you're seeing from different things. I'll try to look again and see.
I didn't know something like this was even possible.
So the video's synced up there. Now let's see if it is on here. So the video's synced up there. Now let's see if it is on here. Yeah, that one was synced too.
Wait, what are you gonna show me?
My picture I drew.
Your picture you drew.
That's Mummy, and that's me.
And what's that?
That's
Yeah, I'm not sure how you guys are seeing it off because when those
Steve.
Who's
when
Steve?
those pins hit, it picked up the audio like the moment it hit the pin, even on the Twitch side of it. So I'm not sure, guys.
Your imaginary friend.
My best friend.
Imagine being so huge that you can't fit into a G-Wagon.
Is the guy like a child? Does he not know how to sit in a fucking vehicle normal? You put your legs in first.
Basil, grown on an Italian farm by an Italian farmer. Because if it wasn't,
this baby penguin.
I'm 6'2". Cars tend to be small for me and hard to get into, but you can still do it if you don't try to put your whole body in at the same time.
When wandered far away from the group, so the scientists helped bring them back.
Yeah, but he wasn't really bigger than the door.
This one's doing cartwheels. It's doing cartwheels.
How do you even end up in this type of situation?
Yeah, man.
The view of this mountain from a plane flying over China is absolutely amazing. So how did this bird know exactly what to do?
哎，错了，对，就是这个。
What the hell's it doing?
This cat has a little black heart on the back of its head.
That is a bad thing to do.
Bro, why are you talking like that? Why are you? Oh my god!
Like some birds can, well, not some, like a portion of like bird population actually can cause like types of lung diseases. You definitely shouldn't let one be in your mouth, fishing around like that.
His arms are too short to defend himself. That is the end of this video, I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later. Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit everyone. This is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit everyone. This is your daily dose of internet. These people were really.
Give me 1 second, guys. By the way, Care Bear, when you look at a YouTube video, like the stream itself, you can take the little slider and move it to the end, and it'll catch up to like where it was offset at. Give me 1 quick second, guys. So I want to try to check this really quick. Come on. Is this right?
Guys again, very soon. Later.
Come on now.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people.
Okay, so that synced up there.
Hello everyone, this is your daily.
Why you?
Like some birds can, well, not some, like a portion of like bird population.
Daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit everyone. This is your.
You come on.
Later.
Here we go.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying. Hello everyone, this is your daily. Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
Alright, let's try this. Okay. That's in the browser sync, so let's drop that down to -4. Alright, guys, keep up with this and let me know if this corrected it or not. I am starting to notice a slight attenuation on it. Not attenuation, a slight delay on it. This is something I can kind of do, and it's not really a fix, and it might fuck things up in the future, but let's go with it.
These people were really.
I'm gonna start off playing the daily dose of the internet thing. Let me know if if the words sync up, okay? You guys get that? Care Bear Galahad? You just gonna sit there and be quiet? There we go.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit this couch into this car, even though they were pretty much the exact same size.
What does no mean, Care Bear? Elaborate.
These poor grasshoppers were holding on as tight as they could.
Actually, let me change this in the normal settings instead of here. Set an offset. Let's try this again. All right, I'm doing it again.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit this couch into this car, even though they were pretty much the exact same size.
I need details, Care Bear. Stop saying no or nope. What is it? Is it any better? Any worse? You gotta give me something. I gotta fine tune it.
These poor grasshoppers were holding on as tight as they could.
Brooklyn, though. Brooklyn, summer.
So it's better, but in the opposite direction. Okay. And if I set it right here, Give me an
Hello
idea.
everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit this couch into this car, even though they were pretty much...
Alright, how did that sound, Care Bear? Spot on, because that's the original setting, so it has to be a little off. Okay, I'm gonna try tuning it up one more and tell me how it sounds this time. I was just trying to figure out what direction it was in. Alright, here we go. I'm turning it up to 1 millisecond.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit this couch into this car, even though they were pretty much the exact same size.
Alright, what's it sound like? What the fuck? Come on, work for me. Okay, so I went in the opposite direction, so it definitely couldn't have been spot on the last time then. Alright, let's see. I'm setting it up 2 milliseconds. Doing it again right now.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit this couch into this car, even though they were pretty much the exact same size.
Motherfucking stay in front so I can tune it. Oh my god, this is driving me nuts. You know what? I'm just gonna minimize you.
The exact same size.
It definitely couldn't have been spot on the last time then. Hey Rosie, sorry, we're trying to fine tune something real quick. So, how is it this time, Care Bear? Or Galahad, either one?
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit...
Let's see. I hate this because I can't check it myself easily. Because of the bar that I have to go through. Right now.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
That is definitely too fast. Let's try this again. I wonder if it's this side that's doing it or if it's on my laptop. Maybe I need to start from there. Alright, let's see. Laptop. Properties. It doesn't really seem to fix it. Okay, so... What did my game audio change? Oh, that's the volume. Shit, I may have fucked up the volume on here, but we'll work with it later. Let's see. Bam. Alright, I'm gonna try this again.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people...
There we go, now that we got that going.
Hello everyone, this is your...
They seem to fix it. Okay, so... Sorry guys, I apologize for this. I want to get it spot on so no one's having any issue on it. What did my game audio change? Come on. Hurry up. Oh, that's the volume. Because Care Bear stopped helping me. I fucked up the volume on here, but we'll work with it later. Let's see. Yeah, I did fuck up the volume. Bam. Alright, I'm going to try this again.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people...
How many seconds do I need to offset it.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
Okay, so we got that set. All right, I'm gonna try this again.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people.
How many seconds do I need to offset it? Huh? That's completely off now.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
Wait a minute, that sounded like it was on.
Your daily dose of internet.
Okay, so we got that set. All right, let's test this one more time real quick.
These people were.
Oh, wait, is he already? Am I already still there?
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
Why is
These
that playing so weird there? Okay, this is annoying. All right, let's test this one more time real quick.
These people were.
Oh, right, because of the double playback. All right, I get it. All right, so now we are just going to do this real quick to see how long it takes for that to catch up.
Hello everyone, this.
The fuck? All right, I get it. To do this real quick to see how long it takes for that to catch up. Okay.
Hello everyone, this.
All right, one more time.
This is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying.
I get it.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit this couch into this car, even though they were pretty much the exact same size. Hello everyone, this.
Okay, YouTube is being a bitch. All right, one more time.
This is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying.
I get it. So it looked like it was on sync that time to me, but I can't really fully tell. All right, we're going to try this one more time on Twitch side of things. And then if it doesn't work, I'm just giving up on it for the time being.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit this couch into the.
And then if it doesn't work, I'm just giving up on it for the time being.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. These people were really trying to fit this couch into the.
And then if it doesn't work, I'm just giving up on it for the time being.
Hello everyone, this is your.
Okay, that was weird. My YouTube part played on it. Sorry, because the YouTube part played, I have to redo it one more time. Sorry, guys. My YouTube part played on it.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
Because the YouTube
These people were really
part
trying
played,
to
I
fit
have
this
to redo
couch
it
into
one
this
more
car,
time.
even
Sorry,
though they were
guys.
pretty much the exact same size.
My YouTube part played on it.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
Because the
These
YouTube
people
part
were really
played,
trying to
I
fit
have
this
to redo
couch
it
into
one
this
more
car,
time.
even
Sorry,
though they were
guys.
pretty much.
Okay, yeah, I can't really tell because it looks like it's syncing and then going off sync. So we're just gonna have to deal with it as it is for right now. Sorry, guys. I'll set it back to 0. Tell me how it seems to you guys when it starts playing back up, and if it is, I'll set it back to 0 and try to figure out what's going on with that later, because it shouldn't be doing that.
Set, go. Oh, I got her.
Vas-y.
These poor grasshoppers were holding on as tight as they could.
Brooklyn, though. Brooklyn somersaults her way to the lead.
I need this guy to show up at my next birthday party.
Ok, ça va, ça va. Ok, je le tiens, tu risques rien. Tant qu'il est dans mes mains, tiens, attention!
This elephant saved this gazelle that fell in the water.
Mira, 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 mira. Ah.
So how's it seem to you guys now?
Capturing a true story for a documentary class assignment. First, I select the right footage.
Should I set it
adjusting
back or is
timing
it
and
good?
pacing. Now enhance for a cleaner sound, and I have a film I'm proud of.
I mean, like, you say it's okay, but does it sound like it's off? I need these answers, Care Bear, because otherwise I can't fix the problem.
She realized that she can actually knit these gummy worms together. This truck was too heavy and couldn't make it up the hill.
My question is, does it sound better than it was, but still not there, or does it sound on spot?
This bear loved everything in this dumpster and decided to just take the whole thing away.
See, sound issues are kind of something that's
I'm not sure if I
almost
should be impressed
impossible
or
to do
terrified.
fixes on yourself without someone else listening.
They wanted to see if they could get 2 people to play 1 violin.
I can only imagine that
This
would be
poor
hell
dog
on the
really thought it was
strings.
all over.
Ew. Care Bear, need your answer.
A thief tried to steal their package, but the homeowner managed to run them down and steal their purse instead. So there's a social media trend where police officers see if they can catch their own children or not. So this is how a fish gets an X-ray.
Ew.
I'm not sure if these workers are doing this on purpose to waste time or they're not very smart.
I guess after this video I'll end the stream so I can try to work on it.
These groups of penguins bumped into each other and got confused. This is probably the coolest birthday cake I've ever seen.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
A thief tried to steal her computer, but she managed to reel it back in with a power cord.
어떻게? 잠시만. 하나, 둘, 셋.
He realized that the baby smiles every time that he plays the harmonica. They program these robots to play the cello. I think this guy's waiting for Gym 2 to come out.
Oh!
That has to be great.
This has to be the worst goalie I've ever seen. This guy somehow convinces Cat to floss their teeth.
Oh my God. Miles, don't move. Oh my God. Let's get you out of there.
This guy created art that only appears when it rains.
How does that work? It's kind of neat.
I just found out that some lumberjacks work in such remote places that they need to get picked up and dropped off via helicopter. So why is this starfish pole dancing? He really tried to open a bottle by using his phone.
Well,
That is
there goes
Yenna's
that
video.
cheap piece
Hope
of
you
crap.
learned something new. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
All right. Well, just a reminder, daily dose of the internet. Go watch his stuff. Give him some views. But yeah, since the audio issues are cropping up, I'm going to go ahead and end stream so I can try to work on them. It's hard to do it while you're on, or while you're trying to entertain at the very least. So, yeah. We'll be back tomorrow with Silk Song. But for right now, we're going to go over and check out Mia again. You remember her? You guys remember her from the other day? Oh. Maybe not. Looks like not everybody was interested in joining over. So, okay. Never mind. We're not going to raid today. Yeah, so I'm going to try to get that fixed. I don't know what would be causing it 100%, but it's going to be a pain in the ass. Audio issues are always a fucking bitch to deal with whenever you're the only one listening to them. Anyways, have a good one, guys.